expect to work a job if you don't even want to put on pants, eh? How will you ever be professional if you can't even put on pants to go to the job? Modern day Zoom growers and Zoom home learners going to be putting on the pants to be going to the jobs. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Get Up Podcast, episode 32. What we got here is a London drugs catalog. We'll be going through that in just a sec. And everyone just begin chugging your water. I have a Yeti Rambler. Yeti, I was going to say how many ounces it is, but I really don't know. But we'll just be chugging that now. I'm going to chug the whole thing. And you do what you please. You could touch your butt, touch your chin, touch your face, or you could just like pause, skip through this. Doesn't matter. Or you could just watch me chug. Listen up to me. Okay. Okay, I did like 7/8 of that. So I have a little bit of an eighth to snack on later on. We want to have a little H2O hydration snack. We have that available. I've got a coffee. What time is it right now? The time is now 6:28 p.m. And I've decided that I'm not going to be late for work anymore. It's a commitment that I've made, not to an employer, not to anyone but myself. Really close to throwing up. I've eaten half a bag of Takis. Maybe taking a break to do that later on today. But, so, whole lot of nothing going on in my body except for pain. Pain from chugging, pain from eating the Takis. Those are basically just rectum rompers. There are things that just like go inside your body and just like wreak havoc inside you. But I love eating them because they make me feel good for a tiny little bit. It's kind of like social media. Like you can just like poke your nose into Facebook for a second and feel really good for 2 seconds. But later on, your asshole's on fire. Or the alternative for like Facebook and social media stuff, later on, you feel anxious and you don't know why, right? That's basically the volcano ass of the Takis of the social media. And we're just going to be transferring those metaphors all the way around to here at Get Up Podcast. Hopefully you're getting up. It's 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 13 a.m., for any of you around here. Hopefully you're waking up with this. And this can be kind of rousing you for your day. Arousing you. I can whip out a nipple. Check it out. Male nipple. We can do those. And check me out sitting at the desk. It's me waking you up with a brand new brand new pot of coffee. Get a sip. Ooh, that's a good cup of Joe. Decaf, because it's still November. If you're watching this during November, fantastic. Hope you're following along for November. You don't have to, but I'll just say it's not getting any harder. The caffeine kind of sucks. I'm a little bit slower, but I'm kind of just figuring shit out, and I'm feeling nice not drinking. Actually, Jovy was just saying to me earlier today, as in like maybe 30 minutes ago, that he hasn't been drinking at all lately, and he feels really good. So maybe if you feel like shit, try not drinking, dummy. If you feel like shit, stop drinking, right? Because it doesn't. Does drinking make you feel good in the moment? Yes. Oh, we're going back to the Takis. Drinking is the Takis of the gut biome, right? I'm a scientist. We're going to be talking about biomes today. The only other biome I know of is biomes from Minecraft. I'm not of the younger Minecraft generation, right? I think the generation below me, they didn't have the outdoors. All they had is Minecraft and Fortnite, right? My generation, we went on the internet. We had things like 2 Girls, 1 Cup. We had Blue Waffle. We had Star Wars Kid. I think the guy like killed himself or something. You know what the kids have these days? Minecraft, and they have Fortnite and Minecraft parties, and their parents are like, "Oh, that's really cool that these are your interests. We should have a Minecraft and Fortnite party. That'll be really fun." I wish that my parents took the same level of interest and we could have like a Blue Waffle or like a 2 Girls, 1 Cup birthday party, right? That would have been kind of fun if our parents tried to take interest in our lives as the internet was developing back then. What did we have? We had Horny Kid from what the fuck? What was that website called? Funny Junk. Jovy, did you ever see Horny Kid? Oh my god, the first ever porn video that I ever saw. My brother showed it to me, of course. Talked to my brother recently. Great job not smoking for 5 days. Awesome. But that is pretty dope. But so back to when he showed me my first porn. Also, he's the first person I ever saw chewing gum. What? Because when I was like a little kid and I saw my brother in the car and he was chewing for a long time, I was like, what the fuck's he eating? And then it was like a big like yellow thing in his mouth. I was like, what are you chewing? He's like, gum. And I was like, oh, cool gum is what you chew. Awesome. But yeah, so he showed me my first porn video when I was I think I must have been like 9 or something. I think I was 9. And it was a video called Horny Kid from the website Funny Junk. I don't know if Funny Junk is around in the current rendition. I don't know if the current rendition of Funny Junk is the same as it was back then. But back then, it was basically just like a landing page of videos. And I don't know if the videos were rotating or anything. I think it was just like a series of videos. Maybe people were posting them, but I was too young and dumb to understand. I was still playing Toy Story on the computer using a CD. The Toy Story, the video game, it was a side-scroller. Didn't know how to make it work. Nor did my father. But which is funny because he's like a tech maintenance guy. Maybe he just did that so I would spend more time outside. Oh, I don't know how to make this computer work. And he's like hitting the arrow keys and it's actually moving. Or like WASD. He's like, oh, that's how it moves. I won't tell him so that he can maybe enjoy hockey. But we'll talk about that later. So, Funny Junk. And my brother showed me this video called Horny Kid. And what it was there was these 2 naked ladies. Whoa, right? I had only ever dreamed of naked ladies, right? I'm 9 years old. Maybe sex is just around the corner for me. Spoiler alert, didn't happen for another 9 years. That's another whole lifetime. I hope that I don't go back in time and let that Josh back then know. Because when I was like 12, I was like, man, I can't wait for sex. And then, yeah, I didn't have sex till I was like 18. So there goes the excitement of that. But yeah, so that video, 2 naked girls. Whoa, awesome, right? They're washing a car. And I guess it was like some kind of like weird show because they were surrounded by people. And they were just like really putting on kind of like a stripper-esque, very sexual show of washing the cars. I guess like maybe like one of those old movie scenes where it's a bunch of sexy girls washing the cars and they put their tits on the windshield and they're like, look at me move this on here. Look at it smush. And everyone's like, oh, I love when it smushes. Oh, it makes my dick so hard. and there was this kid that was watching this happen and he was like my age and he's just like amazed by the whole thing. And the video is titled Horny Kid, and this was the horny kid. He was like, wow, this is so awesome. And then I forget anything else that happened with that, but I was just like, whoa, tits, awesome. So I didn't know how to navigate the internet back then. I only knew how to get to Hero Machine or Hero Factor or whatever. It was a website where you could customize your own superhero and like change their body parts or whatever. And I would make these superheroes, print them out and take them to school. And then I would play with my friends and I'd be like, okay, you're going to be Iceman that I've made up. And then you're going to be Sasquatch. And then Kevin, you're going to be Booger because I'm mad at you right now. And so that was the extent of the internet for me back then. So of course I don't know how to get back on fucking Funny Junk and find Horny Kid. So first thing I did was I went to Yahoo because I didn't know that Google was the better search engine. And I went on Yahoo and I just typed Horny Kid and nothing came up. Okay, definitely not Funny Junk. And then I don't even know what other articles there were. So like I was like, okay, maybe I do have to specify. So see, I am part technological native, right? I was kind of raised outside of the computer, but then I grew up. Like computers and the internet kind of popularized as I was growing. So I kind of got the best of both worlds. I got like the get the fuck out of the house, go explore, the internet doesn't exist. And then I got the internet does exist and everyone's using it and everything in between because I'm 24. Anyway, so I was trying to find my way to this fucking video and I figured out really smart that you could specify to maybe potentially find the video. So I was like, okay, so what was a part of the video? Okay, so there was naked ladies and a young boy. So I searched naked ladies, young boy. Some stuff came up. Wasn't really interested. I was trying to find a specific video. So I was really, really, really curious if there were kids my age doing this. Because like, okay, I was 9 and I was like, okay, well, I want to see other naked 9-year-olds. And now, so as 24-year-old Josh, of course, I don't want to fucking see a naked 9-year-old, but like, 9-year-old Josh back then, like, you want to see people your age doing it, I guess. So I went onto Yahoo and just searched naked 9-year-old, and there was nothing that came up, thank fuck. So I was like, damn it, okay, so maybe I'll search naked 10-year-old. And then I searched like naked 10-year-old, naked 11-year-old, naked 12-year-old, nothing. What the fuck? And I just like gave up and then went back to like designing more lava men and other superheroes for me to take to my school and have my other friends play pretend with me. But the next day, my dad pulls me over. I'm home. He's like, Josh, we got to talk about something. And he's sweating. He was sweating. So I knew something was up, something very severe. He's my dad has never, had like very stern talk to me before then. And I was like, oh shit, something's really fucked up right now. And he pulls me over and he's like, Josh, you cannot search stuff like that. Because I didn't know how to clear the internet history or anything like that. So you go into Yahoo and then the first fucking search on there is naked 9-year-old. And like, there must have been some sort of like trigger software or something like that. Cause I'm sure my dad got visited by like police or something. Cause can you imagine like little boy just wants to find other naked people his age, just wants to see if anyone else is doing it. Right? Empathy. Right? I think that's empathy. So, and then my dad goes on the computer. Maybe he's looking for naked 50-year-olds because that's how old he was at the time. And then he sees when he types in naked, it says naked 9-year-old. He's like, oh shit, what the fuck? If anyone finds out that this has been happening on my computer, I'm gonna get swatted. Docs. Donald Trump's gonna come take a shit on my chest. So, I think I got my dad swatted for that. And anyway, I really want to develop that into a comedy routine, and I really don't know how yet. But that was the one time that my dad ever like really severely pulled me over and was like, "Yo, Mister, slow down. You're doing 60 in the 40 zone, right?" My mom, one time, I don't even know why I'm calling this pulled me over, pulled me aside. Perhaps I'm not a car, I'm a human, but really smart, right? I'm a human, not a car. Everyone take a sip of your coffee real quick. Unless you don't want to. You're a free spirit. Just going to watch me take a sip of my own coffee. I'll take another one. By the way, I hope that you watching me chug my water made you want to drink water as well, because hydrating is fucking sick. Except for how much it makes you pee. It's stupid. No one ever told me that staying hydrated would be so beneficial, but at the same time, I'd have to fucking pee all the time. Right? We'll talk about that in a sec. Okay? Coming up soon. But the only time my mom ever like really pulled me aside, the only time I ever got like a very, very stern talking to from my mom was I jumped onto a kid's shoulders from the top of the monkey bars. He was running beneath me and I used my like superhero level timing to like jump off the monkey bars onto his shoulders. Like probably broke his back or something. I don't know. Haven't talked to him since. But my mom pulled me aside, took me into the bathroom, spanked me. Whoa, a little bit of parental contact, hand to butt. That was the only time I ever got spanked, and like kids got spanked back then. It was the 90s, right? Or the early thousands, whatever. Whenever I grew up, okay. I didn't get in trouble that much. Okay. So my mom would catch me skateboarding without a helmet sometimes. Like she was very adamant about safety. Like she was never okay with me doing parkour. Until recent times when it seems a little bit more safe, which is not true. I'm doing moves like castaways, kind of dangerous, right? There's a little bit more danger involved, but she seems to be okay with it. But back when I started parkour, she was like, just don't do backflips. And I was like, well, of course I want to do backflips. And then going even further back in time, so yeah, she's really safety oriented. My mom has worked as a safety, a health officer at a job, and then she's done other things, but she's very health conscious. Nice job, Mom. She really wanted us to not have food with MSG or food coloring, because that was what you did in the 90s, was that you don't eat MSG. Although there are some sources online that do say that MSG could potentially be healthy. Who knows, right? Do we eat saturated fats? Do we fucking have an enema? Do we fucking, do we put salt on our food? Is it good? Is it bad? We don't know. What is the ketogenic diet? Right? And I'll be performing at the Keto Caveman Cafe downtown Thursday, 9:30 p.m. We'll get there. Maybe. Or maybe I just like draw a bunch of tangents. But yeah, so I would sometimes skateboard to school, or I would go to hang out with my friends and skateboard and stuff. And she was very adamant about the helmet. And so I'd take the helmet and I would wear it out the door. And as soon as the door closed, I would take off the helmet and stash it under the tree in front of my house. In hindsight, you could probably see it from the window. So she probably knew what was up. But she would drive to work the same way that I would skateboard to school. Because, you live in a fucking suburb in Calgary. Traffic's got a very a very definite flow, right? She works downtown. I'm going to go to school, which is on the way to downtown, kind of technically. I don't know. These details are really interesting for everyone. So we're just going to move on from there. So she caught me on the way to school skateboarding, and she took my skateboard away. Bro, I've never cried that hard in my entire life. Holy fuck. I was so sensitive about my skateboard. I'm a sensitive human anyway. Sheltered, right? Very pure, maybe. You know, I've said some bad words. Vagina. Right? That's not a bad word, but like maybe back then it was. I was like as soon as I said that, just like my lips just formed like a V sound. I was like, fuck, like what's like a V? Vagina. Fuck. It's not even a swear. Damn it. But I was very sensitive. But I was very sensitive about the skateboard back then, because if you took away my skateboard, that was like taking away my freedom. So like, what the fuck? So I was very pissed. Eventually, I got the skateboard back, and I continued to live the skateboard lifestyle. But at my school, they had a rule: no hats, no bubble gum, no skateboards. Basically, don't be fucking cool. So yeah. What are they gonna say next? Don't have a yo-yo. Well, look at me now. I got a skateboard and a yo-yo. And I wear sunglasses. And I wear hats inside. And I can do a show where I don't have to wear pants. So eat a dick. So eat a fucking dick. Junior high teachers. I'm trying to think of like one junior high teacher who I could just like flame right now. Who could I flame? I don't remember this teacher's name. But I do remember one thing she said one time. Right? You don't remember people, but you do remember how they made you feel. And in this case, very puzzled, because this teacher caught me saying hell in the hallway. What the hell, right? Like it just came out. Between grades 7 and 9, the filter's off, right? I learned about swearing in 2nd grade. We had a little swearing club. We would just run around going, fuck shit, damn, fuck shit, damn, fuck shit, damn. We'd just like say as many swears as possible. And because we just discovered that swearing existed. So we'd just get together and we'd just like talk like normally, but then we'd just like throw in as many swears as possible. We're like, yeah, I don't fucking get why we have to go to language arts at 9 a.m. It's fucking bullshit. Damn, fuck shit. And the leader of the swearing club had discovered Eminem, so he would just like sing Eminem songs to us. I didn't know how to listen to like other music, so he was my Eminem source. So when I think of Eminem, I just think of Nico. But okay, so going back to what the hell. So I was in the hallway, and I don't know, I guess someone touched my rectum or something, and I went, what the hell? Don't touch my rectum. And then the teacher went, did you just say HE double hockey sticks? Like, sorry, that's a really roundabout way of saying that. Like, you could just say HELL. Like, HE double hockey sticks is a very, very interesting way of saying that, and I was very confused because I didn't know that. Yeah, hockey sticks are kind of shaped like L's, right? You live and you learn. So, what was I gonna say about anything else? Back to junior high, I guess. So, one of the rules in school was that you can have a skateboard. What the fuck? I skateboard to school. But you're telling me I can't have this thing? And so one time, one of the teachers caught me with my skateboard inside of my special skateboarding backpack, which I stole from my older brother because, brothers steal things from each other. Like one time my brother stole my camera and my Wii U and sold it for drugs. So of course I stole his skateboard backpack and used it to get to school. And then one time, Mr. Hiley, the band teacher, caught me with my skateboard backpack on, and he took away my skateboard. And you know what I did? Leveraged my fucking connections, baby. I started a petition at school saying we should allow skateboards. Do you know how many fucking signatures it got? 300. It got 300 signatures, dude. You know what I did with that? Nothing. Yeah, I forgot. I just forgot about it. But I walked around school and got signatures from everyone because I wouldn't say I was a popular kid, but I knew people. I don't know, I'm a friendly guy. I don't go for conflict. I don't whip my dick out. I'm not picking my nose. I'm not jacking off in the back of class. Alex. But Alex. because, people are just discovering their bodies back then. And then when you discover masturbation, of course, you want to do it all the time. I get it. Like, I masturbated in the washroom one time. Disgusting. The junior high bathrooms were the grossest, especially the boys' bathroom, the upper boys' bathroom. Dude, so we discovered this thing where if you peed on the radiator, it would make the whole bathroom smell. So we had a group of friends, and we would just, like, on rotation, just, like, pee on the radiator and make the whole bathroom smell like shit. And that's the bathroom that I masturbated in ninth grade. But and we're really going for a trip down memory lane, right? It was a crazy time. Junior high was the wild fucking west. I got suspended. There was a hostage situation at my school, and I got interviewed about it. Awesome. I felt fucking famous. Yeah, it was really dope. So we were at an assembly. I think some, like, Olympic silver medalist came to talk to us about being number 2, and then as we were all gathered for this assembly, some guy came into our school with a machete and held up the secretary, with the fucking machete. And so there was this guy, Josh Brinton, and he was stuck inside of the office because he had an in-school suspension, which I have suffered through. I think I had a 1-day in-school suspension one time. Got stuck in the basement, sorting skis and stuff, whatever. But he was doing an in-school suspension, which didn't make sense because he was, like, the purest kid. I don't know what he did. Probably spat on someone. But he was doing his day. He was his 1 day of in-school suspension, stuck in his little room in the office. And so he saw the guy with the machete come into the office. He shuts the door, calls 911. The whole school has to exit and shit like that. There wasn't much else to it. Like, there was a lot of news coverage. We had to go to another school that was, like, a few blocks away. We watched it on the news and, got interviewed by people outside of the schools and stuff. And then I went out for pasta with my family after. And some news personality called me and asked for an interview. And then I got my first taste of how the media misconstrues shit that you say, because the next day there's an article coming out where I said that Josh Brinton should be heralded as a hero. That's not what I fucking said. I was like, because the interviewer was like, yeah, it's pretty heroic what he did, right? And I was like, yeah. And then they just, like, put on a quote like Josh Dohy says he should be heralded as a hero. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't say that. So that was my first taste of how the media can really twist your words, and that's how I lost my trust for the media. Why was I talking about any of this? We don't know, right? We're just exploring the mind. Can I talk to you guys for a sec? Oh wait, I've been doing it for 22 minutes. Get a sip of that coffee. Isn't it? It's a crazy episode. Where do we go from here, right? It's probably a steady downhill from here. Maybe I throw up, right? I could, because I had all of these Takis. I had half a bag, and I'm drinking this coffee. The acidity is through the roof. I'm supposed to be going training later on tonight. Gonna go do some parkour. Jovy's like, fuck, parkour, right? Because Jovy was gonna come with me. That's awesome. Really love when Jovy comes to the gym with me. He's scratching his head. Maybe he's not coming. He's coming. Like, he will come to the gym. He's not masturbating behind the camera, although that would be pretty funny. But wouldn't put it past him. But speaking of Jovy being naked, there was a funny situation when my friend Dan came to work on an audition. It was a particularly emotional audition where he had to just, like, sit there and cry. And I've got my little studio here, so I'll let my friends come over and shoot auditions if they want to. I'm pretty far from the city center, so, they're not always coming out of the closet. But so Dan came, and he was doing his audition, supposed to cry. He's using a lot of very emotional content. He's getting the tears going. He's holding his breath. He's doing whatever actors do to cry. He's having someone breathe into his eyes using a menthol stick, right? He's putting his eyes over Sharpie. I don't know, I forget what he was doing, but he learned how to cry in one of his acting classes, and he was making it work. He's doing a really good job, putting on a really good scene. And then in between takes, Jovy comes out of the shower, stark naked, fucking butt naked, and just, like, walks through the scene as Dan's preparing. Like, Dan's just trying so hard to focus, and Jovy's just completely naked, squat walking through, like, oh, excuse me, like a little, like, naked goblin. And Dan did a really good job holding it together, and he eventually sent in his audition and stuff, and his agent was impressed. Awesome. Great job, Dan. Great job, me. But later on, he talked to me, he was like, yeah, what the fuck was that? I was like, I'm sorry, I live in a small basement. I'm trying to think if, like... I'm trying to think if anyone saw me naked when I was younger. Like, I'm trying to think if, like, in elementary school or junior high or high school, we could go through some high school memories. I will say high school was a bit of a blur. A lot of partying going on back then. I discovered drinking in 7th grade, and it went downhill from there. My memory is faulty. I thought I had short-term memory loss because I watched Finding Nemo. Let's go to a commercial break. Fuck!
Welcome back. Sorry, let me try that again. Welcome back. This is the Josh Dohy podcast.
2 guys in orange shirts.
I'm learning so much about Josh on this episode that I never knew before, and I consider myself a best friend of his. So, this is a treat for everyone.
You heard it here first, folks. That is a customer testimony from Jovy Bergen. His middle name, named after his father, minus the S.
No, my mom and my dad combined.
What?
My mom and my dad combined.
His mom and his dad combined. Okay, but his dad's name is Carlos, so I think that, like, Carlo is a little bit closer to Carlos. I thought his dad's name was Carlo for the longest time, and even called him that. Turns out he's not. Really fun guy. We went out for dinner for Jovy's birthday. Was this pre-COVID times?
No, in
COVID.
It was like
September, yeah. Cause yeah, we're still mid-corona. It's still mid-corona season. In fact, I'm so exhausted of corona that, like, I have there are parts of my skepticism and my rebellious nature that I've just conceded. Like, I used to not feel so adamant about having to wear, like, a mask on transit or a mask on, like, when I go grocery shopping and stuff. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going grocery shopping. I'm only exposing myself to 1 million fucking people. But even now, I'm just like, fuck it. Like, it doesn't hurt to just wear a mask. Like, even we have to wear a mask when we're training parkour, which, like, is kind of suffering. Especially if you're doing, like, a high output workout. It's like in between sets, you're, like, trying to fucking not have a panic attack because, like, your breath is like, and you have this thing up against your face. It's like, and then you just need to, like, really hold it together, right? But you can, because I wouldn't say I'm that strong-willed of a person. Look at me. I'm meat and bones, It's just, who are we, right? But I noticed that now that I am wearing a mask while I'm going grocery shopping, I'm noticing that people who aren't wearing masks, I'm feeling kind of hostile towards them. I'm like, hey, get with the fucking program. Like, do you know what's happening? Do you know it's Rona season still? Like, but I guess people were thinking that about me when I was going grocery shopping like a month ago. But yeah, things are kind of clamping down here because we had a bajillion people on Granville Street just get together and have big sex with their lungs, right? Just breathing on each other. Everyone just got together and was like, we're having such a great time, and just like breathing all their aerosols and particulates on each other. And so we are now entering a second wave, and we're not supposed to be meeting up and hanging out, having sex with 12 people since the pandemic started, or anything like that. But I'm chilling. I'm chilling with the way that things are. I went grocery shopping today. I feel like a criminal if I'm about to cough, right? Because I don't know where to put it. It's like if I'm about to cough, it's like there's a bomb inside my chest, and I need to go hide it somewhere and go make it explode silently. But there were a lot of people when I went grocery shopping today. Didn't know where to hide it, so you just do it in the open and just hope that no one takes offense. But anyway, I guess the only thing I wanted to say about grocery shopping, I thought I'd have a lot to say about it. Oh, there is habit that I have when I go grocery shopping, and it is a little bit dangerous, I suppose, to be bringing it up so close to the incident, especially if you're watching this and you work for the loss prevention for the Safeway that I go to. But I developed a habit of just picking up an apple and just eating it as I went along in the store. Just an apple, right? But things escalate. With me, they do at least, because I'm a creature of habit. And not only do I want to like have positive habits, I also want to improve as a person. And sometimes those can go into a negative space, right? Like, okay, so I developed a habit and I escalate the habit. So I developed the habit of eating this apple as I was walking around, because fuck it, it's an apple, and I love eating the core. The core is the best part for me. Fuck it, it's the best part. It's like when your parents, when you're young, say like the crust is the best part, and you don't believe them, but they just want you to eat it. I guess like it's just one of those lies that they feed you. But the core, honestly, one of my favorite parts of the apple. So I eat the apple and the core, but it started escalating. Then I got to a point where I would take a piece of the red panda licorice. It's like a single thick strand of licorice, 99 cents, and I would just take it and eat it. And sometimes I would bring the wrapper to the front and just be like, I ate this. And then they would scan it with the rest of the food. Yeah. Gutsy, right? But you're still paying for it. It's fine. And then I stopped taking it to the front. And then I started, there you can also, back before the COVID times, they had those candy dispensers, and I would just get a bag of those candies and just like eat them as I was walking around and then throw out the bag before I left. But today, it reached a bit of a peak. Like I think I do need to watch myself after this, because it was getting a little sketchy. I ate 2 chocolate bars. Just while I was walking around, I just ate 2 chocolate bars. And then I threw the wrappers in the garbage. Like it's getting a little out of hand, because I don't want to get kicked out of the Safeway. I don't even want to have a confrontation with the loss prevention officer, because I just crumble when I'm confronted by authority. Like I don't have a rebellious bone in my body. Like maybe for skateboarding I can feel a little bit like fuck you everyone, because I have the skateboard, I guess. Fuck you, I'm on a piece of wood and wheels. Get away. but I don't know, when I'm confronted by like a policeman. Like I got pulled over while I was biking the other day, and I thought I'd be so cool if I ever got pulled over by a policeman, in car or out of car. Shaking in my boots. I'm a pussy, dude. I don't know what the fuck to do when I'm confronted by an authority figure. Like whatever skill I was supposed to develop as a kid for like questioning authority and pushing back, I didn't develop it. Questioning the rules and things like I think I'm okay at questioning rules, but I definitely am not a really good questioner. Not great at standing up to authority. So I would not like an encounter with a loss prevention officer. So I think I'm going to just like lay off the kleptomania for a little bit and not be eating chocolate bars as I walk around after grocery shopping. Right? You guys with me on this one? Uh-huh. Do you guys steal? I don't condone this. I'm trying to stop. It's not something that's hard to stop. I'll just like not do it for a little bit and then get back into it. And then you can catch me taking full-on rolls of toilet paper and being chased out by a loss prevention officer. Because that's what the pandemic's doing to us. Our brains are deteriorating. Coronavirus is not only being breathed in between us, it's getting inside of our brains and corroding them. They make us think that it's okay to eat 2 chocolate bars. They make us think it's okay to buy up all the toilet paper. Who the fuck thought that would be the thing to go? In the pandemic, there would be water, right? You take a big jug of water, get some beans, right? And then I guess everyone just thinks they're going to be shitting a lot, so they get the toilet paper. Cool. And then when you would see someone with many toilet papers, you would just get angry at them. There's a lot of just getting angry at strangers now these days. Do you know what you shouldn't do? Getting angry at strangers for no reason. Fuck it. Don't even give a damn. You put on the mask, go grocery shopping, and get the fuck home. Right, everyone? So I have this little thing from London Drugs. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it, but we're going to flip through it and maybe see if anything can happen. Maybe something funny happens. Maybe I abandon this bit because I start feeling really tense. And look at the Christmas battery-operated plane Santas. Right here. I don't know. Oh, fuck. The camera's so far. We have battery-operated plane Santas. Because reindeers are out of style. Santa, going from house to house, his demand is much higher these days. He cannot have reindeer anymore. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer getting way too old. His nose is only pink these days. He is Rudolph the pink-nosed. Can I say it? Rudolph the pink-nosed pussy. So, we're just gonna be flipping past that now. This is already not going well. A variety of perfumes. You can take a look at the curling brush. There's a total clean air purifier. So what the fuck do air purifiers do? Because like, is our air not pure? What's wrong with our air? Why do you need that? It removes airborne allergens. I guess you would just like get it if you owned a dog that shedded. Because that's a different lifestyle if you own a dog that sheds. Like you're probably living in a more outdoorsy house unless you're just like comfortable with cleaning hair all the time. In that case, hats off to you. You don't have to have a maid to clean up your dog hair, or maybe you do. But like dogs that shed, I think those are also like the smellier ones. Maybe, I think. Yeah. I think dogs that shed are smellier. So you are transforming your house, smell-wise and touch-wise, if you're owning a dog that sheds. So the London Drugs thing's going very well. We see there is a $200 toothbrush. Removes up to 10 times more plaque if you use it. Thing is, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you could just like brush your teeth hard and have it work. I only recently found out, like maybe like a year ago, that when you're brushing your teeth, you just move the hand, because I would stick the brush in my mouth and move my head back and forth. like I think I've just gotten used to the head. Yeah, it's like it works, right? Like it just felt efficient. Like I was kind of moving the hand back and forth, and I was also moving my head back and forth. And the double action, like I feel like I'm getting that like $200 toothbrush experience from doing that. So maybe instead of spending $200 this Christmas season, you could just get a $1 toothbrush and then instead give yourself brain damage from shaking your head around too much. Because I think I've given myself that. I didn't play football, so I didn't play any other kind of contact sport where there's a lot of impact going on. But I did have long hair and bangs when I was in junior high, and I was a hair flicker. So I think I gave myself an adequate amount of brain rattle. Like I want to see some kind of like study go out on like people who had like emo hair or like bangs when they're in junior high or high school or even elementary school. Oh, if you were that young and sad. I was emo in grade 6, so that I thought it would look cool. So I would just like go and sit in the corner and hope my friends would come over and ask if I was okay, and I was. Yeah, I just wanted to sit in the corner because it was cool to get attention like that. Why was I saying this? Oh, flicking the hair. I'm sure I gave myself all kinds of bodily damage from having hair like that, because you're just flicking your hair like this all the fucking time. You're like, what's up? How you doing? Yo, what's up? My name's Josh. And that hurt. Even just doing that twice hurts my neck. And I was doing that all the time. In fact, I wouldn't... I was very committed to this certain hairstyle where I would get out of the shower, dry my hair a little bit, and then I would just like rough up my hair, and then I would just do the dog thing where I shake my head really hard and then flick hard, flick hard, flick hard, flick hard. And I wouldn't even like brush it. I would just flick my hair really hard. So that might explain brain damage for me, I think. I don't know. And then trying to think of any other instances that I might have any kind of like brain damage from. I have a theory that your brain is more likely to hit your skull from the inside if you're not hydrated. Because like one time I went training and I took a certain amount of impact and I felt my brain like shift in my head, and I was dehydrated. Maybe that was just like happenstance, but I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like if I'm really dehydrated, my brain is just like shaking around loosely. Like I haven't like filled up my brain with fluid or something. Like I know that's not how the body works, but we're going to be looking back into this London Drugs catalog. Not a whole lot of interesting shit. We got a lava lamp. They don't even want to call it that. It's called a Lava Light. Didn't know that was didn't know that was trademarked. Lava Lamp. It's like Frisbee or Band-Aid. Like Band-Aid is the company, not the thing. And Frisbee is also like that was the brand. And then everyone just kind of knocked it off. 303 just came out with a new song with 100 gecs. So 303 was like the 100 gecs of my generation, and now the 100 gecs of this generation is getting together with the 100 gecs of my generation. And together, I guess they're making some form of atrocity. Maybe we could just get a little bit of a sneak peek on what that sounds like. I'm going to bring it up on YouTube. 100 gecs 303. Jovy, do you know 303?
Yeah.
Really?
Could you like that Play-Doh parody the other day? That was like
Was that 303?
It was a 303 parody.
What? Really? I'm a Barbie girl?
No.
What the fuck?
Play-Doh.
100 gecs 3. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
100 gecs 303 Lonely Machines. Let's get a little taste. All right. Well, it sounds pretty cool actually, so maybe I'll be listening to that later on. They gonna touch you for peace, so Godspeed. Not a whole lot of interesting things going on inside this London Drugs thing. It just came in the mail, and I thought maybe there'd be some interesting stuff in here. There is the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. I don't know why I slurred that. Am I fucking drunk? No, I'm drinking coffee. I'm almost out, actually. Almost out of the closet. But we do have the new iMac with Retina display. There's nothing going on with this London Drugs thing. In fact, I just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. We'll just throw that off now. I've had a few bits that I've tried to do just reading off the page and hoping something funny comes, and every time I do it, I'm like, yeah, oh wow, $200 toothbrush, hey? Ceramic Santa with battery power. That's crazy. New iMac with Retina display. Wow. So maybe we don't do that. Hey? How about that? Hey? I guess we could just call it here. Because I'm going to start getting ready to go to the gym, and then I got to get an audition ready. I have some coaching tomorrow that I'll be doing because finally I have an audition because things are kind of dead right now because it's like COVID but not COVID. So like auditions have slowed down, but then, you know, some things are shooting, some things are not shooting. But Vancouver has a lot of Hallmark movies that shoot here, and they're really good at pumping out like Christmas movies really quickly and stuff. So there is some, I have an audition for a Christmas movie. That's really exciting. I love doing anything kind of festive for Christmas. Even like I just went Christmas shopping with my girlfriend, not girlfriend, and that was really fun and festive. But, you know, also the whole time I was thinking maybe I should be reading this acting book and like maybe working on something. But that's just my worker brain thinking like, damn, every moment of the day I really got to be working towards my dream, which is like really endearing and awesome and mostly true. But, you know, when I'm having a moment where I'm just like, you know, Christmas shopping with my girlfriend, not girlfriend, and doing like fun festive things, like maybe just be present and enjoy that. And then, you know, instead of fucking around on your phone in your free time, that's when you can go work on it. And then maybe you won't complain about getting nothing done, and then you don't blame, you know, a relationship on you not getting things done. Instead, you could just blame your self-control, because that's what I can do, right? Because sometimes I do get into the mentality that, damn, like, should I be dating? Like it is a little bit time consuming. Because like you do have to spend time with them, and then, you know, I also got all these things on the go. I'm doing acting, parkour, comedy. I got 1,000 things on the go. But like that same amount of time is kind of consumed when you're single too, because you're just fucking. I was like swiping hardcore. I was swiping so hard I wrote a whole comedy routine about it. That's what I'm gonna go perform on Thursday. I just thought of a whole new tangent that I'll be performing there, and, you know, maybe it will eat shit, even though it's gonna be a really good lineup. I'm really excited for it actually. But yeah, so you would be spending like, I would be, not you, but I personally would be probably spending that amount of time on dating anyway. Or, you know, yeah, on the dating apps doing the trifecta of Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, or whatever, you know, fucking drooling over Instagram for hours and hours. Funny little life hack, I just put my Instagram on my homepage where I have my widget for screen time, so I can see precisely how many hours in the day I have used Instagram before I open it. I think that's cool. It's kind of like a nice little warning, like, hey, dude, what the fuck? So yeah, but yeah, I think if I can just be better at using my free time, and I'm honestly doing pretty good with it. There's no reason why I can't be dating with a girlfriend, not girlfriend. right? Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. This has been episode 32 of Get Up Podcast with me. Shout out everyone who commented on the last episode. We had Wes Rundle. We had James. James, what's your last name? James from Australia. Funny memory with James. James Bennett. It was James Bennett from Australia. Jovy remembers James Bennett because when we hung out with him, he was on acid and drinking window cleaner. That was awesome. It was really hilarious. Maybe it was a hectic night for him, but we were like a big group of freerunners just like hanging out in Australia, in Sydney for like their Glow Festival and just like getting super drunk. And like their window cleaner, they have this window cleaner that's like 99% alcohol and like vanilla or something. Like that's like the 1%. It's 1% vanilla. And there's no other like cleaning products in it. So you can just drink it and get fucking hammered off of it. Apparently you can go blind from drinking it or something. Is that true? Yeah. But yeah, so he was on acid that night and then also drinking this like window cleaner stuff, and that was wild. And we were with our friend Lucas from Vancouver, and he had come with us. And he heard that Jovy and I had drunk window cleaner, and he was just so astonished. He's like, "What the fuck? You guys drink window cleaner? That's fucked up." But it was like it's 99% alcohol and 1% vanilla. Of course, we're gonna be drinking it. But yeah, shout out to James Bennett. Thank you for viewing our last episode. We got 5 comments on the last episode, and then another cool little milestone. Maybe we'll look back on the in the future and laugh at this. But 30 views on episode 30. Really cool, actually, because it is tough to get a podcast viewed these days. There's so many other great podcasts out there that it touches me. Not on the pee hole, but like my heart, that you guys would hang out and watch this with me. So shout out Wes Rundle. Shout out Ravioli Spills, a.k.a. Brody Shaw, my fucking boy. Shout out James Bennett. And I think those are our only commenters for last week's episode. But 5 comments total from those guys. Really dope. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And go find a frog, kiss it, and make sure that it's a good idea. Bye now.